We're excited to be here with you. Ben Krikke, Zach Edey. The matchup that Robbie talked about just a moment ago, and Purdue controls the tip. Here we go.
It's going to be interesting to see just how many defenses Fran McCaffrey goes with here tonight. You'll see 3-2, you'll see 2-3. Right now you got man-to-man. Braden Smith going to...
Number 1 Purdue, they fell to number 4 in the poll today. Zach Edey drew 15 fouls by one individual.
Well, he'll foul your whole front court out. Over 40 minutes, he wears you out. I think these Iowa guards have got to be really looking forward to testing this Purdue perimeter defense. They did not do a good job. 72 points between 3 Wildcat guards.
And there's what Ben Krikke does as well as any post in this league, and I don't think it's too early to say that. He's got a terrific mid-range game.
He's got that 15-footer on automatic. I really like how patient he is. He'll post you up. If he doesn't like it, he'll bring it back out. He has really shot with a high efficiency from 15 feet.
And the post entry pass eyeing Lou Henson. For 5th most career wins in Big Ten history.
Iowa's bringing this tempo as well. It's amazing that they are not turning it over, and that's where Peyton Sanford has shot it well off the bounce.
Passing the great Dr. Tom Davis for most wins in Iowa basketball history as a head coach.
What an accomplishment that is. And Fran McCaffrey has just locked in 20 wins over the last 5 years. He has gotten it done, developed players, and won at a high level.
Lawyer, the offensive rebound with the 3.
Looking right out, and Fletcher Lawyer, who had some really good moments offensively at Northwestern, knocking one down early.
Sanford missing on the 3. Purdue looking to get it running. Braden Smith trying to underhand, and it's a turnover.
It's just not there. Braden Smith, he's trying to make something happen, but taking care of the basketball, it's been preached these last couple days. He's got to be better in that regard. 6 turnovers in Evanston.
Here's McCaffrey, back to Krikke.
This is where Krikke is also good. These DHOs, he can make plays, but nice active hands, and Braden Smith making up for that turnover by forcing one.
And now Lawyer on the run. A little bobble that thwarted his attack. Plenty of time to reset. Kaufman-Renn, now the entry from Smith to Edey. Lawyer, the open man. Good rotation, just a little short. The push ahead. Perkins, the runner. A little strong. Good bat out by Perkins, and it's saved by Sanford. Perkins was really good in that North Florida win, playing with a heavy heart. His grandmother just passing. He'll actually stay in Indiana, his home state. Funeral is Wednesday. He'll go back to Iowa after that.
Our thoughts go out to Tony Perkins' family, and certainly his grandmother would have been proud of the way he played to drive that thing. Patrick McCaffrey, nice job there getting to the painted area, and just not much resistance from that Purdue defense.
Here's Lawyer, the entry to Edey. Edey has his shot blocked, but a foul.
Going to the line to shoot 2. They've done a lot of their damage from 2 this year. Only 19 three-point field goal attempts a game, so it's a different type of attack. Plays, boy, baptism by fire. He has been so good for the Iowa Hawkeyes, been so efficient in that post.
8 to shoot. Bowen in the paint. Way off the mark. Edey rips the rebound away. Boilermakers on the move with a 3-point lead. Smith will turn the corner. The reverse is there.
What a seal there by Trey Kaufman-Renn. And now Lance Jones with a heck of an effort play.
All defensive team in the Valley making a big defensive play in the Big Ten.
There, Trey Kaufman-Renn just sealing the way and paving the way for a Purdue basket.
Ethan Morton with the missed 3, but there's Edey for the offensive board and the second chance. Cameron Heide will try from range. That spins out, and Edey tracks it down again.
Probably lucky there. He discarded Tony Perkins, and that certainly could have been an offensive foul.
Mason Gillis, the 3rd time's the charm. McCaffrey, elbow jumper, trying to quiet the crowd. He will not. Rebounded by Heide.
Good defense by Purdue. McCaffrey's so good at curling those into the lane, and then they get Mason Gillis.
McCaffrey. There's Owen Freeman, the handoff to Perkins. Bowen, tough pass. Perkins driving to the rim. Count the bucket and the foul.
24 against Michigan State. had 23 in the win in Indiana, can be an all Big Ten player in this league. He's got that type of ability.
That foul on Edey, his first. 5-point Purdue lead. Looking for Edey underneath. Hawkeyes all around him. The three from Morton. Guess what? Offensive rebound.
It's man's game down in the paint right now. I mean, every time a shot goes up, and it's not just Edey, it's Gillis as well. And Iowa having a hard time on the glass. You give Purdue that many opportunities, eventually they're going to burn you.
That's the second trip down the floor that Purdue's had 3 shots, and the third one from 3 goes in.
And the Hawkeyes have not been a great defensive rebounding team on the year.
Bowen the open man, and Bowen with the answer. Good find in the corner.
He was right there. Purdue trying to close out. Got a decent contest, but still DeSante Bowen just 25% from 3 on the year, making a big one.
Edey, there's that trap. Passes out of it easily to Mason Gillis.
You bring that trap. That time DeSante Bowen gets caught just falling asleep, doesn't crack down, and Purdue not going to get an easier look at the rim than right there.
Gillis with 5 early for Purdue. 17-10 lead. Perkins deep 2 over Edey, won't go. Rebound loose, and Morton able to secure it. Starts it up the floor for the Boilermakers, up by 7. Morton almost got away with that one. Looks inside for Edey, poked away by Freeman. He gathers, count it, and the foul. Let's check in with Andy Katz.
Already we've seen in these first couple of minutes here of this first half, the contributions from the bench. Gillis, Morton, Edey. Matt Painter talked about this afternoon. He wants to play 10 players, and here in December, he's really maximizing that bench and getting quality contributions.
Well, his squad with a 10-point advantage early. Cricky with a quick close from Edey, and the rebound off the miss for Cameron Edey. And that out of bounds.
Yeah, Owen Freeman.
Freeman just the 1 foul, by the way. 14 fouls for Iowa. Freeman going to work, trying to cross over Edey, and he'll back it out.
I like the probe, though. I mean, trying to putting Zach Edey in the play and making him guard. Freeman can handle it. And Josh Dix just continues to be a model of efficiency. It's 3rd nationally in offensive rating. I mean, he's just been so efficient. Doesn't turn it over, shooting a crazy high percentage, knocking down a mid-range jumper there.
He just doesn't seem to make many mistakes when he's on the floor.
He really doesn't. And you have to think that you keep doing that, you're going to stay on the floor.
I think Edey will stay on the floor.
He just manhandles you, but here's that break. I mean, there is no time to celebrate a made shot against the Iowa Hawkeyes. Great job taking that right out of the rim and just pushing tempo.
Cricky down with 4, 22-14 Purdue. Who's going to get a stop? Gillis. Dump down. Freeman tips it away. Ball loose. Still loose. Lance Jones diving for it. Like he was diving over the goal line, and a timeout taken by the Boilermakers. Jones with the hustle, and the Boilermakers keep the ball. So Mason Gillis will shoot the technical foul shots. He's had a good start to this game. 6 points for Gillis.
Splitted all of his free throws, 3 of 6 from the line, but with him out there, sometimes they're going to play through him when he's at the 5.
Lawyer pumps it down low. Caleb first. Knocked away. It'll go out of bounds, and it'll belong to the Hawkeyes.
That's one where Caleb first is just going to catch that thing and go up and score it. That's a nice pass from Fletcher Lawyer. Caleb first relocating. Nice job by Iowa, hanging in on that play and getting a contest.
Sanford up top to Cricky. Can they take advantage of Edey getting a breather right now? In the corner, the 3 won't go. Laji Dembele. Dembele off the bench. Cricky inside.
No Edey on the floor means Purdue is going to have to gang rebound all 5 players. Iowa getting some nice opportunities there, but coming up empty-handed.
The 3 for Jones will fall. And the Boilermakers with their largest lead at 13.
Josh Dix was really concerned.
There's Dix in the corner to Perkins.
Foul. A body here on this screen. Josh Dix has got to help him out. Give him a little bit more time to come set.
There's Braden Smith. Dembele on him. 10 to shoot. He'll dump it down to Trey Kaufman-Renn. Matched up against Perkins. Perkins already with 1 foul and a great job posting by Kaufman-Renn.
Good patience there by Braden Smith. He saw that mismatch in the post and went right to it with Trey Kaufman-Renn.
Oh, Purdue right now, 29-14. Perkins. Rotation around. This is Dix. His shot blocked by Ethan Morton. Wow.
These are the types of plays that Ethan Morton is on the floor for. He plays incredibly hard, and defense leading to offense. Purdue starting the break and giving Iowa a little taste of their own medicine.
Timeout, Hawkeyes.
Other guys that can burn you, and right now Purdue flexing their muscles offensively. Who is the answer though for Iowa? You know, they've had an alpha dog for so long the last 5 years, and right now I think the Hawkeyes are still trying to figure out who that leader is.
Yeah, no Murray out there, no Garza out there. Who will be that big-time scorer in moments like this? Ball loose on the floor.
Making some plays right now.
Morton was trying to call timeout. The possession arrow favors Purdue as we check in with Andy.
Suited to be that go-to takeover player because he can create his own shot.
Well defended underneath by Caleb First. Everything clicking tonight from all fronts for Purdue.
Oh, and Caleb First just going vertical and making Cricky score over the top. He's in a tough spot, but that's exactly what you teach your post to do.
Short on that shot. And pushing up the floor quickly is Perkins to the rim. Again, nice body contortion to get to the rim for 2.
You miss a shot badly, you are just putting your defense at such a disadvantage. Now Iowa finally scores.
First misses the front end of the 1-and-1. Now Iowa trying to convert on this end. Hawks trying to chip away against a very determined Purdue team. There's Dix. The dish to Dembele off the shot fake. Dembele can't get that one to go, and there's Morton again.
Well, Purdue's activity level defensively is clearly bothering the Hawkeyes. I mean, Dembele looked like he had a shot. They closed it down, and once you hesitate, a lot of times you're better off just moving it if you don't shoot the initial one.
Well, and that activity level is way up from what we saw Friday night.
Well, they had such issues containing the bounce. This ball is moving, and there's energy on both sides, and right now Iowa just does not have an answer for this Purdue offense with Zach Edey over there on the bench.
Yeah, it's a different offense, but it stretched the lead without the big man. A concern certainly for the Hawkeyes. Perkins driving inside, First coming over to help, didn't matter.
That's a big-time take, just right down that right lane line. Tony Perkins making something happen. He's going to have to be the guy like Andy talked about. I'm starting to see him come alive a little bit here into the first half.
Kaufman-Renn, hook shot, a little strong. Cricky with the board. Still plenty of time in this first half for Iowa to chip away. Cricky will have to play a role. Perkins has played a role. The high arcing 3 over the backboard, out of bounds.
About how important it would be for them to score just to get back and set their defense. You know, it's not just turnovers, but you start missing shots, and all of a sudden Iowa's off to the races. But so far, Purdue's done a pretty good job. They're shooting a high-level percentage from the field, and their offense has been on point tonight, which has helped their defense.
Morton will hand it off to Smith. Smith, the runner to the rim. Can't get that to go, and the rebound tipped into the hands of Dix.
McCaffrey's got to be ready to shoot that.
That was an open three, turned it down. Now he'll try off the mark on that one from the left wing. The rebound, Braden Smith.
Still got a good look, but you don't see many Iowa Hawkeye offenses not ready to let it fly when they're getting it on in transition.
Edey has it poked free by Cricky. Good defense by the Valparaiso transfer. 5th turnover for Purdue. Here's Brock Harding, the freshman guard. Gives up about a foot. Edey, Cricky, the runner, no, and the rebound tipped around to Smith.
That's a good look, and you just have to think it's the Zach Edey effect. He blocks and alters so many shots around the rim. Cricky right where he needs to be, but just couldn't finish.
Edey inside, working against the freshman, and follows his own miss.
It's just, you're asking a freshman an awful lot to physically battle Zach Edey, and Owen Freeman, if you go through that passing lane and don't get it, you are just in a world of hurt.
There's Harding driving against Morton. 36-18 Purdue. In the corner, that's not going to go. On the rebound for Braden Smith. Smith for 3. And Dix there to get the rebound. McCaffrey stripped, but a foul. Braden Smith got a hand in there, trying to poke it free. One more for McCaffrey.
Jawan Johnson, who would post up, and we were always instructed, you don't have to lead him, you don't have to put a bunch of air under it, just throw a pass and have it, if he were to not catch it, have it go right through his chin. And I think that sometimes Purdue is putting so much air under these passes. Some of these passes are really long, but they have got to find ways to put that thing into the post and not turn it over. That's just, they're doing it way too often, and especially when you got a weapon like Zach Edey, you've got to clean that up.
Well, you have a large range of space to get that ball into the post. You throw it anywhere near him, he's likely going to get it. Colvin's 3 not going to go. Edey has it knocked out of his hands by Cricky.
Good job by Cricky, just staying in that play.
Harding jumps it over to Cricky. Hawkeyes down 16 on the road. Harding from the elbow, a little leaner, not going to go. Cricky chasing it down, and then did he flip it off the leg of Fletcher Lawyer? He did.
Not just having to fight this Zach Edey-led offense on the defensive end, but putting up points. That's at a premium right now for the Hawkeyes.
Cricky, the runner off the timeout, won't go. And Fletcher Lawyer on the deck, tied up by Freeman. Possession arrow is going to give it the other way to Purdue.
Those are shots that Cricky has made over the first 7 games of the season for Iowa. He can really drive it, play out on the perimeter. We talked about his ability to make shots from 15 feet. It's just a crafty scorer, and it's the guy that led the Missouri Valley in scoring last season at Valparaiso. It's translated so far this season, but tonight it's been rough sledding here in West Lafayette.
Under 3.5 to go in this first half. All Purdue so far. Lawyer drives inside. Freeman challenges, and Lawyer just goes right through him for points 7 and 8.
He just never stopped the basketball. Purdue loves getting Fletcher Lawyer to that right hand off the dribble handoff. Owen Freeman really not stopping him until he's all the way to the basket.
Well, if Iowa's going to make a comeback, Peyton Sanford's going to have to start getting it going. It's been a slow night so far. 0 for 3 from the floor for Sanford.
He kind of found his way out of a shooting slump. Last 2 games, 6 of 14 from 3. You look at the 3 prior, he was just 2 of 15. He's been a little bit streaky in his career at Iowa. They certainly need him, and they need him to be a factor offensively, and it goes back to what we kind of talked about. The alpha dog in the offense has moved on, and that was Chris Murray. And for the first time since Luka Garza, I think Iowa looking at their offense and saying, who is our go-to guy? And it's probably going to change on a night-to-night basis as of right now.
Perkins saves it, but it ends up back in the hands of the Boilermakers. Up 18. Morton coming open as Colvin, the three not going to go. Look at the lean by Edey. Looked like he was in an easy chair getting that rebound. And then the inbound almost taken away by Colvin.
Twice now we've seen Purdue just waiting. Iowa loves to get their guards to a certain spot to start their secondary break. Purdue's been able to take advantage.
There's Peyton Sanford. Cricky now drives to the rim, got past Edey, everything but the bucket, and Perkins slithers in to clean it up.
Credit Tony Perkins for staying with that play. It looked like Cricky had an easy layup. Nothing easy right now for the Hawkeyes, but Perkins making something happen. I just feel like Iowa looks so sped up in their half-court offense.
Smith looking for Edey, Cricky in front. They'll skip it to Colvin. The three won't go. Rebound batted out, and it's controlled by Purdue.
Offensive glass is just where Purdue is living right now.
10th offensive rebound of this first half for the Boilermakers. Dominating this first half in almost every aspect. Touch pass to Gillis. Three at the top. A little strong, and Sanford the rebound.
It was actually a misread there from Braden Smith. Mason Gillis was wide open top of the key. Tony Perkins easily could have stolen that pass. It ended up still being a good look, but it's one where Braden Smith not making the right read initially.
There's Harding to the rim, and the freshman from Moline, Illinois, with his first 2 points in Big Ten play.
Oh, really likes him. Mr. Basketball in the state of Illinois last year. Terrific passer. So a high school teammate of Owen Freeman, but making something happen, getting into the painter area and getting it done at the rim.
You know you've got to be a talented high school player. First time in over a decade as Colvin throws it down. Then Mr. Basketball was not in the Chicago area as Colvin throws it down. Harding will bring it back up at it.
That's something that Miles Colvin can do. He's a proven shot maker, so you got to close out to him. But Zach Edey doing the job, sealing the lane, and we've seen Purdue bigs do that multiple times here tonight.
Quick three for Price Sanford, and a rebound, Ethan Morton. About a 4-second difference, game clock, shot clock. So Purdue will hold for most of the remainder of a first half that's been dominated by the home team. Edey, 13 points, 9 rebounds, gives it up. Smith up top, Gillis, wide open three. Half court, he will not go. All Boilermakers, 45-24. Yeah, it was a dominant first half for Purdue on all ends of the floor. Let's see if Iowa can get it jump-started here.
Peyton Sanford has got to be a factor out here. Really, Purdue did a nice job. And there's Cricky's ability. His advantage going against Zach Edey is not going to be posting him up.
First taste
That's chicken
of Big
sandwich.
Ten play. That's the chicken sandwich, second time. That's why the crowd's cheering so much.
What a promotion that is. This place doesn't need any help to be loud, but the chicken sandwich deal on 2 missed foul shots is pretty high level.
On a 2-shot foul, if you miss back-to-back, you get the free chicken, and then on the other end, Lance Jones keeps the cheering going with a three.
That's an incredible pass from Braden Smith across his body, across the floor. That help side's in on Edey, and Lance Jones is cashing out from the left wing.
And Sanford just throws it away.
Laser like that, you are never getting out there to contest.
They break the pressure. Lawyer on his way in, lost that ball for Purdue. Defensive play, inbound, off the back of Sanford.
What a heads-up play. Peyton Sanford watching the floor, and Lance Jones just threw it right off his back.
Sanford and Bowen knifing inside. No, Cricky, yes. Push. It's Jones again. Drives baseline. This this has been the Lance Jones show to start this second half.
Purdue really attacking Iowa's press and attacking it to score. Once again, Zach Edey just sealing off Cricky, and that's an uncontested layup for Lance Jones.
10 now for Jones. Perkins jumper over Edey. Kaufman-Renn with the rebound and the push for Braden Smith. And a bounce. Jones again. He'll go to the line.
Well, they had Edey. Fletcher Loyer, I mean, he had Desante Bowen.
Here's Jones. Going to work again. Deep two. Yeah, that's going to go down right now.
He's just getting his game on. I mean, the confidence that Lance Jones is playing with, but you make an open three, you get a drive to the basket. Now they're closing out hard to you. It's an easy game. Show the ball, get to your one dribble pull-up.
Easier game right now for Purdue than it is for Iowa.
Lance Jones is exactly what Purdue needed after that loss to FDU. He's exactly what Matt Painter needed. A player that can push tempo, that can defend, give them a little more athleticism. And of course, it helped out much better Braden Smith and Fletcher Loyer are too.
Edey's pretty good. Dumped down inside for the two-hand flush.
Purdue just continuing to bludgeon this press. I mean, they are attacking it to score every time down.
Oh, nice shot fake by Cricky. He is really skilled, and as he gets more and more comfortable in Big Ten play, he's going to have a really nice shot.
He does a nice job relocating as well. I mean, he finds open areas, and these Iowa guards all season long have found him.
Nice catch by Edey. He'll go to the line. Here's Kaufman-Renn. They'll leave him all alone. The three won't go. There's Edey looking for the rebound and a foul. There's Edey inside to the rim with one hand. 17 points, 10 rebounds for Edey, and what a challenge.
For going with an aggressive mindset. That was ball. I mean, that is a clean block.
All right, so he's missed the first free throw. Do you get a second chicken sandwich? Inquiring minds want to know.
I'm trying to eat dinner.
Nope, moot point at this point, but I mean, they put the sponsor back up, so maybe, like, could you end up with 5 or 6 chicken sandwiches?
Purdue's got to schedule some worse free throw shooting teams to get the students right.
351st free throw shooting team in America as Lance Jones is doing everything right now.
How many times have we seen Purdue's guards drive aggressively and their bigs just seal the lane?
14 for Jones, another Edey block. Iowa with 15 to shoot. Sanford, step back, no, rebound, Kaufman-Renn. Purdue in a hurry every time down the floor. This team is crisp tonight. Edey against the freshman double comes. Loyer for 3. Rebound, Kaufman-Renn throws it off the window.
It was Owen Freeman trying to block out Zach Edey, and then Trey Kaufman-Renn is just there all by himself. The offensive glass just continuing to overwhelm the Hawkeyes.
Right now, Lance Jones, 11 second half points. Purdue has outscored Iowa by 9 since coming out of the locker room.
Purdue has just attacked this pressure. Once again, they're at the rim, and it's another easy bucket for the Purdue Boilermakers.
19 points, 10 rebounds. Edey with his 60th straight game in double figures and his 46th career double-double. And it is all Purdue. If you were wondering how Purdue would respond to their loss on Friday, this is the answer. Cricky drives in, and he'll draw the foul. Mason Gillis.
That's exactly what he did to Mason Gillis right there. Talking to Fran McCaffrey today at shoot-around. He was on a Valparaiso team that really struggled to shoot. So he was seeing multiple bodies every time out. The fact that he was still able to lead that conference in scoring in the Valley, pretty impressive stuff.
Pretty impressive there from Fletcher Loyer. Good take. He's into double figures with 10.
Just a nice flash, though.
Yep.
Ethan Morton needed a lifeline, and he found his way to the middle of the floor, and then a strong drive.
Freeman challenged by Edey, blocked. It'll go out of bounds. It'll stay. Do you think Kricky's going to have that same sort of adjustment?
You know, so far he hasn't, and I think for Bracha, part of that was the personnel he was playing with.
Sure.
He took a
deferred,
role
yeah.
and deferred, and then his senior year he was terrific. I thought last year he was great. But Cricky has been a real force scoring. It hasn't been so good tonight, but I think that he is certainly acclimated pretty well so far.
Oh, Edey cleaning it up inside. Goodness.
There's just nothing easy for Iowa right now about the offensive end of the floor. And it just feels so easy for Purdue. Man, just pass, catch, and one. And it's
Right now, Zach Edey is still the front runner to win National Player of the Year for the second season in a row. And if that happens, he joins an unbelievably elite group of players in the history of this game. Jerry Lucas, Lou Alcindor, Bill Walton, and Ralph Sampson. Can you believe that? That's the group he would be with if he wins 2 National Player of the Year awards.
Yeah, that is heady company indeed as Brock Harding rains down the 3 for Iowa. For the Hawkeyes, just 3 of 12 from 3 tonight.
I think Edey's going to do it.
Yeah.
He's given you against high major opponents 28-13 every time he takes the floor, so it's been more of the same tonight.
Looking to dislodge. He'll
Or
move
feel
on.
sorry for me.
Yes, he'll say,
I'm gonna,
you know what,
I'm gonna quit on scoring.
He's only going to rebound and block shots.
I don't like my chances here, Kevin.
No, I feel like by the end of December you will no longer be top 10. Maybe by the end of tonight.
I like the way Purdue has looked up the floor against Iowa's pressure. There's been times where they've really had a hard time against this Hawkeye team at getting the ball.
Everybody's looking up the floor. Everybody's looking to move the basketball.
It's back to business as usual, and Purdue has handled business tonight.
Just the Boilers' 3rd miss at the line tonight. That missed free throw by Edey. They're 11 of 14 at the stripe.
If I'm Iowa, I'm thinking I got to get Peyton Sanford something. We've got to find him a look, and there you're trying to run something for him. They're just not going to win games if he doesn't score. And I'll say the same for Patrick McCaffrey. He's only taken, what, 3 shots? And that's just not enough.
And the 2 have combined for 7 until that 3 for Peyton Sanford. We talked about it earlier, who that alpha is going to be. We know who it is for Purdue. Iowa's still looking for that score.
The press has just not fazed Purdue one bit. And they have shredded this look, and every time they're getting something out of it.
McCaffrey on the run. That is a foul. Lance Jones, the Southern Illinois transfer, was known averaged almost 14 points per game while defending at an incredibly high level. Out of Evanston, Illinois, didn't get what he wanted out of his homecoming on Friday night and lost to Northwestern. Boy, has he rebounded and played well tonight.
Well, he and Marcus Damask had to really do the heavy lifting for their offense. Damask now at Illinois. And some of the shots that Lance Jones took last year are, I would say, not helpful to your percentage because so much was asked. That is a shot that's helpful to your percentage. You know, that's an open look. I think he shot 42% from 3 as a sophomore. Last year, that certainly dipped with his volume. But he's got real burst. I mean, he can really go.
Here's McCaffrey on the run off the turnover. Sanford for 3, and maybe a little rhythm for Peyton Sanford. Sometimes it just takes one. Now he's hit back-to-back threes.
That ball go through the net. And there, they force a turnover. Boy, Mason Gillis. Hate to see that. Him and Zach Edey just got tied up.
They collided, and Gillis with the worst of that, holding his left ankle.
Tonight hasn't had to score, but still 6 rebounds, 8 assists, and he's going to get a triple-double this season. I think that's just a matter of time.
There's Jones. 11 second-half points for Lance Jones. He came out of the locker room on fire, and he's trying to continue it now. Good challenge, but first there to clean it up. 4 to shoot. Going to have to hurry. Morton on the run, on the attack. Rejected again. And it's Jones for 3.
That didn't hit the rim. Normal
for this game for Purdue. Up by 30. Here's Sanford. Rebound inside for Dembele. Yeah, really good pass. Floated short, and first with a rebound, stripped away to Jones.
Iowa, their coaching staff is high on Dembele. He's certainly got a physical presence to him, has a nice skill set. He's gotten a lot better since he arrived on campus in Iowa City, and I think that he can be a player.
Kaufman-Renn fouled by Evan Brawns. That's his third. If you're a Hawkeye, you can't wait to leave. And that's going to be a foul going the other way on Caleb First.
Well, Iowa came out knowing they had to force some turnovers. They've shown pressure, and Purdue has just handled it flawlessly. They have every time attacked that Iowa press to score, and they have scored seemingly. It's felt like almost every time.
Here's McCaffrey. He can get it going a little bit. Sanford, 8 to shoot.
I think for Patrick McCaffrey, I like him, and I think he's at his best when he's curling it into the paint. And whether it's off a screen or creating his own momentum, and we have not seen him do that tonight.
He can be deadly attacking the rim.
And Purdue has done the job defensively tonight on these Iowa guards, you know, especially in transition.
There's Cricky. Double figures tonight for the 28th straight game. That floater drops for Brock Harding. He's such an interesting true freshman. He's got a real upside for this Iowa squad.
He's made threes, but has struggled from 2. So good to see him. Little floater. Purdue not great on that ball screen. He comes off, just gets to that mid-range shot, floats it up there.
Kaufman-Renn against Dembele. Really patient.
He is so good at going to his right hand. And when he's got space like that to operate, he will pivot and find his way to his left shoulder, but they're using a head fake. Same result.
Here's McCaffrey going down the baseline in traffic and draws the foul. Boy, Colvin. One more for McCaffrey. 76-47 as we check in with Andy.
You know, during the course of Fran McCaffrey's Big Ten career, certainly over the last 5 years or plus, these teams have gotten better. There is a stat in the month of December in Big Ten games that shows that growth, because they are 2-8 since the Big Ten started playing games in December in 2017. 2-8. But as we know, Iowa teams have been much improved throughout the course of the Big Ten season.
And I think you'll see that with this Iowa team, too, as these guys learn each other, learn these roles. Lance Jones again from 3.
I'd love to see who Iowa's playing now, knowing that stat. I mean, that's pretty wild considering the success that they've had.
14 this half for Jones, chasing Harding. That runner not going to go. Offensive rebound. Sanford feeding Cricky for the easy 2. Well, Hawkeyes have themselves quite a week. They've got in-state rival Iowa State on Thursday. Then they're back in conference play on Sunday against Michigan. This will be a test this week.
Well, it really will. I think for this Iowa team, they're trying to define roles and find what they are on both ends.
We've seen it happen, though, year in and year out with Coach McCaffrey. As we wind through conference season, they'll find those roles and they'll get that combination put together.
I think they've got to get out and run.
Yeah.
And right now, the half-court offense just a little bit of a slog here tonight in West Lafayette. The running's been taken away.
On the Big Ten Network, Nebraska trying to bounce back. They got pounded by Creighton yesterday.
Boy, Creighton really played well on offense. And certainly an interesting week for Greg McDermott's ball club, but a real response by that team.
We'll see what kind of response Fred Holberg's team is able to cook up. That's the second game of the night on the Big Ten Network on Wednesday. On the run, and Freeman.
The way that he's moved people, making the jump from high school to college. He can score in the post. Coming into the night, 11 of 14 from the field on post-ups. But he's also got some real skill to him. He can handle it. I think he's going to be a guy that Fran McCaffrey is going to have a hard time keeping off the floor.
We saw against North Florida the other night where he had 3 blocks on 1 play. Really impressive.
Mike Hill, our esteemed studio colleague, it's Mike Hall.
No, Mike Hall.
I know. I just wanted to do that because he messed my name up on the pregame show.
Yeah.
But he referenced Charles Smith in the Bulls game back in the 93, where he got a shot blocked all those times. Similar play.
Cricky on the drive. Big collision underneath it. Strong enough to muscle it in.
Like Purdue getting vertical and Cricky just hanging in the air. He's finished there. And Iowa has found some buckets here. It was such a struggle for the majority of the first, say, 25-30 minutes of this game to score, but they can use some of that and certainly take some positives with them to aim.
Live in the state of Iowa, I don't know if it's fun unless you win that game.
Depends on the year.
Yeah,
depends on the result.
And a foul. That'll go on. Miles Colvin. So we've been talking about that Iowa schedule, and now we present it to you in graphic form. Thursday at Iowa State, then Sunday in the Big Ten Network against Michigan. Florida A&M, UMBC, Northern Illinois, and then it'll wrap right around to conference play the rest of the way. But we heard Ray Feld talking about it in the pregame and at halftime. You use these early conference games, it really exposes things, good or bad, and then you have the chance over the next few weeks to work on them before conference play resumes.
The coaches, I'm not sure, love it.
Yeah, no,
I do think.
I think that's a fair assessment.
It is great for the game and for the fans.
We love it.
I mean, you look at the matchups you get.
Camden Heidi just a little bit short. He's still down. 5-on-4 for the Hawkeyes as Heidi tries to get back into the play. Cricky will dump it down to Freeman, and Freeman will finish it off.
Nice job there by Iowa. Disadvantage basketball. Cam Heidi unable to finish the lob, and boy, he looks a little worse for the wear. Big-to-big passing, and Iowa finding an easy one.
Entry down low, and that'll be a foul on Cricky. Future Big 12, Big 10 clash. Perkins looking. Tony Perkins with 10 tonight, 4 of 11 shooting. Freeman in the post, spins past Kaufman-Renn. That's nice.
That's no joke either.
No.
I mean, Trey Kaufman-Renn has a real physicality about him. Freeman can spin baseline, he can body and get to his jump hook. He's got some real ability in the post.
If you're Fran McCaffrey, you're pleased to see this in the second half. It's a 3-point difference in the second half, and likely this game is well in hand for Purdue, but they're still playing hard.
Yeah, and much like Purdue, losing Friday and having to turn around play Monday, I mean, this is a quick turnaround for Iowa now. They're going to have no time to feel sorry for themselves because they've got a heck of a 2-game stretch coming up with your in-state rival and then a Big Ten game. So certainly you're going to try to take the positives from the second half and have a better effort, and it's one of the bigger games on their schedule every year.
8-0 run for the Hawkeyes to get this down to 22. Colvin showing that athleticism. That's a really athletic play.
Yes, he's got a ton of ability. He's going to have to guard better. He's going to have to be more locked in defensively, like you say that about most freshmen.
Yep.
But he can come in a game and turn it on its side with his shooting and ability at any given moment.
Well, we knew he was athletic. Final Four, it was Cohen Carr, high school dunk champion.
Losing to Cohen Carr, there is no shame in that.
No, very few high schoolers are going to beat Cohen Carr. Very few college players.
Most NBA guys aren't beating Cohen Carr.
There's Morton. Make no mistake, Colvin can dunk, but he loves to shoot the three.
No doubt.
On the drive, first inside, no, and rebound cleared out for the Hawkeyes. McCaffrey, a little short on the three. Morton cradles the rebound. Likely the night done for Zach Edey. We've not seen him for a while. Ends with a double-double, 25 points, 12 rebounds.
It's every night with him. It's truly amazing. Just the dominance night in and night out that he brings.
Colvin for three. A little short that time. Cricky tips the rebound to his teammate. Perkins on the push. End-to-end floater. Caught back iron and drops. He's got 12.
I just want to see Tony Perkins be a guy that can bring a level of consistency to his game. Because I truly believe that he has the ability to be the alpha dog on this team, and certainly he's shown that he can do that. It's just about doing it night to night.
Holden no good on that shot. Gonna be such a hard week again for Tony Perkins. He'll go home after this game to Indianapolis. His grandmother's funeral is Wednesday. Then he'll go right back to work with the Hawkeyes against Iowa State and Michigan. A lot of emotions. It'll run the gamut for that young man who's so close to his grandmother. Really just an integral part in raising him. And she passed rather suddenly, and gosh, anybody who's lost somebody important to them knows what that young man's going through right now. Inside, and First flips it over the rim. So first 2 points for Caleb First tonight. To shoot, coming up on 2 to play. Perkins the leaner through contact, and the rebound for Kaufman Wren is 6th.
We might not get to the media time.
No, this might just run it down.
This kind of feels like pickup out here.
Peas have fallen out of the whistles. Nobody is blowing them. Ethan Morton content to just dribble this one down. Cam Heidi feeding it to Kaufman Wren, 7 to shoot. Bouncing around, ball loose on the floor. Sanford's got it, and Sanford, did he get hurt?
I don't know.
He fell.
I think he's just tired.
I think he is too. Yeah, I mean, really, the burden is on the analyst.
No doubt.
I mean,
I don't feel that way about the other hosts, but tonight, that's how I felt.
No, Rick Pizzo, what a great job he does.
Yeah, tremendous work.
Bowen probing for Iowa. Bryce Sanford up top to Dix. And the rebound tipped over to the Hawkeyes. Second chance. Sanford. And Bryce Sanford, the younger brother of Peyton, Mr. Basketball in the state of Iowa last year, gets his first 2 of the night.
Maybe that kind of jump starts him, because he's got a big-time reputation as a shooter. He has struggled putting the ball in the hole here early in his Iowa career.
Trying to get it into Wilberg off the bench. Taken away by Freeman. 38 seconds and counting. Belay. Purdue has been in control since the early going in this one. A huge response to the loss on Friday. Sanford for 3, and there's 5 quick for Bryce Sanford.
He can stroke it. He's not done it yet. Just 29 from the field, 20 from 3 coming into tonight. But he can put that thing in the hole. Just needs some confidence, and good to see him make 2 shots here late.
Well, we're not going to get a historic Purdue win tonight like we teased earlier, but a dominant Purdue performance as the Boilermakers even their conference record at 1-1 and move to 8-1 on the year.